Moving on from Herogasm, which was one of the best episodes, this doesn't stop the show from surprising us. Going from that ending, what will be the reaction of the public and Vought? Who is next in the list of Soldier Boy? And what are going to be the storylines of our other characters, this being Frenchie, MM, and Kimiko, as well as what happened to Queen Maeve? We have all the answers in this episode, so let's go ahead and talk about it. We left off with the twist ending of last week's episode, so let's see what Vought is up to. As we can see, they're lying about what's really going on. Queen Maeve is not in rehab, and Soldier Boy is still out there. But we get to see how Ashley is blaming Starlight to being affiliated with Kimiko. Moving to another channel with a commercial of Soldier Boy. The song is from Jimmy Soul, titled If You Wanna Be Happy. You cannot deny to love this scene, as it shows how the actor Jensen Ackles was really committed to doing crazy things like we can see here. But we also get details into this shoot and more about the lies of Soldier Boy, that is more of a fake hero instead of actually doing anything right. The legend explains that Soldier Boy is shown to be a liar who really did not do anything, and he sees himself as a hero. He's seen in many commercials and advertisements that are supposed to be real, but they're not. In the first film, Captain America: The First Avenger, he was in a similar position of just doing music shows and being a puppet instead of a hero. And we get to see the reality of what Vought does, which is just being a marketing agency. We get to see Soldier Boy talking about the fine wine, and this scene was funny. But the important thing about this is what Butcher and Huey are going to do regarding Soldier Boy, as well as the disagreement that we see here. The important thing about this as well is that Black Noir, he's bipolar, is that they want to look for Black Noir. However, this lead did not pan out, as we can see as they go and search for Mindstorm instead. Before we continue, welcome to Beyond Premiere. My name is Christian. If you're enjoying this breakdown, please subscribe and leave a comment below on your theories for the finale, as we're breaking down the episode next week. Now we finally get the answer of where is Queen Maeve, this being about Tower. The sarcastic Homelander wants to know about Soldier Boy, but of course she doesn't know, as they're not working together in that sense. Queen Maeve is in a prison similar to that where Starlight was kept back in season 2, in episode 7 as well, so hey. What I enjoy is that she mocks him and breaks his ego about the bruise, and I just love how we can get to see how really Homelander feels about everything. We also get to know what happened after the events of Herogasm, where 7 heroes died, and the consequences of this. And I just love how we get to see how Queen Maeve feels about everything, and this episode is really about feelings. Queen Maeve talks about how she feels about being no longer a superhero, hinting that she may be done by the next episode. She doesn't want more powers and wants to be a normal human being. Makes me believe by the end of the show she may no longer be a member of the 7 as well, as she may no longer have any powers. So this is just for now, as they really hint about this in this episode. And knowing about the twist, he does describe his ideal son, and as we get to see, this is Soldier Boy. So this was a nice twist, and I will go ahead and talk about it in a moment. Now Homelander has a plan of using Queen Maeve as a baby holder to have his kids. Shows how insane he is, but really how he only focuses on himself. He is the main character, the god complex, like it was described about the character, so we can see how the world pretty much surrounds around him. So I just love that scene and how he really wants Queen Maeve just for this, and it's shown in this scene. So after the last episode, the question is what happened to Kimiko and Frenchie after they were captured by Little Nina. And here they arrive to MM apartment. Later in the episode, MM and Frenchie start to find a weakness of Soldier Boy. Well, in this case, Frenchie. This is going to play an important part in the next episode. The rest of the episode is Soldier Boy looking into Mindstorm. While Black Noir hides, we get to see a different side of the character and how the injuries that he had in battle makes him imagine things. We also get to see what really happened with those injuries and who caused them. He's a character that has suffered, and in this episode we get to see an innocent side of the character. Black Noir talks about the way he feels about Soldier Boy and how he knows that he's looking for him. But he's not the only character that we get to understand more of. We get to see how Soldier Boy is imagining in voices. This is because of Mindstorm, but maybe as well from the PTSD. Another character that we get to see the mindset of pain and trauma is the story of Butcher, and this was so nice to see. In the comics, his story is slightly different, and we could get to see in the comics his father beat his brother and him, like we get to see in the episode. But the story is slightly changed to what happened to Lenny. We get to understand how Butcher protected his brother Lenny from his father hurting him, but eventually how Butcher feels that he's the one that hurts other people. And we get to understand how Butcher became this idea of the one that throw a punch, how he got to carry that pain from his dad and his decision to leave his home. The way he was not there to stop his brother from using the gun, this was such an important part of the episode. As we get to see really the thoughts and pain and trauma of Butcher. Another character that we feel in the mindset of is Kimiko and how she feels that she is a maniac going from the song. I guess both of them needed this moment to express their inner feelings. This episode was all about the mindset of the characters and their feelings and how their inner trauma and how the characters really feel about things. I just love this episode because of that reason. And I love how we get to see the characters that are accepting things. Kimiko accepts her nature, asking Starlight to bring her compound B, as well as Butcher accepts the feeling of his brother, even saying, I'm sorry to, in this case, Huey. But what is going to be the decision of Butcher in the next episode? We also see how Starlight accepts the things that are happening, as well as how she's no longer afraid of Homelander, and she has a tool that she can use. After all, Homelander cares about the opinion of others, so every time a camera is pointed at him, he has to bring this fake reality of his nature into the screen. So also Huey accepting that he cares about Butcher and even taking Mindstorm to help him. We also get a nice slap into his face when he is criticized. It shows how Soldier Boy as well has a persona that he really cares about, and this idea that he's a soldier, when in reality, as we can see, he was just an actor. Now, something that we do not wanted was the mindset of Kevin. I wanted to have a step in the relationship with the octopus. We get to see how he's doing crazy things this season and how he's a broken character. So we get to see more of the mindset of Kevin as well. However, his wife doesn't want to do anything with this. Of course, this is what a normal person would do. But we get to see the feelings of Kevin's wife going from what we can understand is that she's gonna leave him. Continuing the mindset of Irving that has a suppressed feeling of the pain that Soldier Boy caused him. This scene was incredible. We get to see the anger that everyone feels against Soldier Boy and how their decision to decide to give him to Russia when Stan Edgar created an offer to him can be seen here. The reason why Soldier Boy was given was because Homelander was his replacement. So again, this is more understanding more about everything that's going on. This was a nice twist. I love that. Now Butcher's pain, something that he feels is a loop going from the everyone that in his life that he caused pain, is something that I also enjoy seeing this episode. The behavior that Lenny and Butcher learned from his dad, and was one of my favorite part of the episode. Hilarious moment happened with the Mindstorm controlling a nurse and the father, or was this an imagination or a projection? We don't know, but yeah, this was so funny. The episode knows how to make funny moments without doing anything big. Another mind that we get to see in this episode is the feeling of Homelander and how he feels about Starlight. He talks about what's really happening with Starlight, and we get to see how Soldier Boy has affecting him as well. So it was nice to see his mind in this episode where he goes to a cow, and this makes him feel something that is like, whoa, another weird part of the episode. But we can see how he's not in control of everything that is happening. Whoever talks bad about him, he attacks. What does Victoria wants is something that we will have to wait for the next episode. And what information does she gives him? Adrian was a focus as well in this episode, and how Ashley creates a fake story and the twist that Blue Hawk gave his heart in a way. Of course, we know what happened, but this was such a nice twist, something that we will have to wait and see what's going to happen with Blue Hawk with A-Train in the next episode. Something that we focus, and this is just my theory for the next episode. So who's going to be the BP pick? Well, right now it's Lamar Bishop, but they don't show this because of reasons. I think the next BP is going to be Victoria. She gave something to Homelander, and how Homelander is going to send someone to do something to the BP. That's just my theory for now, but it's, of course, this is going to play it out in the next episode. Now, moving into Frenchie discovering the vapor gas, which is the weakness of Soldier Boy. Again, this is going to play it out in the next episode. The relationship of Frenchie and Kimiko is the sweetest thing this season, and the reason that she wants to protect the man she loves. This scene teared me up, and it's so nice to see a human aspect in the episode going into how the feelings of Kimiko are. This was just awesome. This is the reason that Starlight goes to get some compound B for Kimiko, and where she finds the consequences of taking B24. She tells Butcher about this. Will he tell Huey? It's something that we have to wait and see. Now, I also love how MM feels about his daughter. Her stepdad is Homelander supporter, and how he's brainwashed about the establishing media, and how he feels about everything shows how him believing this will also shows how society is also brainwashed and believe what everything that Homelander will say. So yeah, this was great. Also, when he says someone has to be the father, the punch was great as well. Now, the last 15 minutes of the episode is that meeting of Homelander and Starlight. The way Homelander's controlling everyone is something that we can see here. However, we get to see how Starlight feels. She's able to escape using the live Instagram. However, this is not going to change things. There's always going to be a spin. They're always going to spin it. The final minutes is Huey talking to Mindstorm to betray Soldier Boy to save Butcher, waking him up and rescuing him. He does, however, Soldier Boy is able to kill him, but Butcher wakes up. Showing the regret of Butcher can be seen in the last memory of his brother before Lenny takes a gun, showing how he's regret and how he really feels about everything. Now, he gives details about who really betrayed him, and this being Black Noir, so we know that Black Noir is going to be the next one in the list. Now, Starlight gives compound B to Kimiko, making her heal. Okay, so the last part of the episode is Homelander in charge of a company taking calls, and at the end of the episode we get the best twist. Homelander is Soldier Boy's dad. He provided the seed of Homelander, making Soldier Boy again Homelander's dad. This was a twist. I don't think it's fake. I think it's real. I don't understand why they would have to lie about this. So in the comics, Homelander has a clone, and this is Black Noir. So we get to see how they twist this, making Soldier Boy the father of Homelander, and how it makes sense because, of course, he provided the seed. So this was such a nice twist, and I cannot wait to see how they're gonna play with that family dynamic in the next episode. Of course, we have Homelander, who has a son, and Soldier Boy is a grandfather. This was so nice, and I cannot wait for that. So what are your thoughts on this episode? I cannot wait for the finale next week. Leave your comments below. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Christian from Beyond Premiere, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye, everyone.